Hello, this is Cecilia, and we're now gonna be making a new project. It's gonna be named as Pet. Okay. So the question asks us to assign a class named Pet, and we need to have fields named name, animal, and age. So let's start. So we're gonna be creating our fields that will hold our variables. So private, and it's gonna be a string to carry the name of the pet. Another one, another string to carry the type of animal. And the age field holds the pet age. Okay, so another field will be integer for number, and the name of that field will be age. Okay. Now the pet class should have the following methods. So we need to create setters for our fields. So we're gonna create public void set name. Okay. And we're gonna graph our field. And this we put as this name this name equals and our field. Now we can create another setter, and it wants us to put it as animal. So public void set animal, and it's gonna store a value in the animal field. So yeah, so string animal. So this line animal equals animal. Okay, so now we can do the age. Public void set age and age. This one age equals age. Okay. Now we can get our getter. So it's the same, so it's the get name method returns the value of a name field. Name field. So it will be public string get name, and it will return our field return the value animal. Public int get age and return age. And the age field. Okay, so that's the code for the pet class. And then for our UML diagram, the top section will be the class that's being defined, so pet. And the next section will be the attributes, the fields. So it will be name, animal, and age, and then the data type. And then at the bottom section would be the methods. So we're gonna put the set name, set animal, set age, get name, get animal, and get age. And then each of the for example, the set name will hold a field. So name, parentheses, name, and then the method parameters. And then the get name, parentheses, and the data type will be string. And that's just gonna signify that it returns the data out. So the UML diagram will look like this. Okay, so that's question number 1. Okay, now I'm gonna start with the second question. And this wants to be named as the book. Okay, and this has private fields. So it has the private string, and it was title, private string author, private string publisher, and then private integer copies. So okay. Okay, and the problem wants us to write a constructor for this field that should accept an argument for each of the fields. So constructor, and it's gonna be public our class, and then we're gonna get our fields that host the variables. So it will be like string title, string author, string publisher, and integer copies sold. Okay, now we need to make sure that this constructor is passing through arguments. So assigning the values of assign the values that is being passed as arguments. So it will be this the reference. So this title equals title. This author equals author. So this, what was it? Publisher. And this copies sold. Okay, now part B, it says write accessor and mutator methods for each field. So this will be our getters, which is our accessor. So be public so it'll be like public string get title, and then we'll return the title field. And then we're gonna continue with the rest of the fields. So get author, return author, public string get. So this is just getting our data out. So get publisher, okay, so it's public and get copies sold, return copies sold. Okay, now we can get our setters, and that's the mutator methods, and we need to do that for each of the fields. So it'll be public void and it's gonna be set title, and it was a string. That's the field. So it's this title equals title. Okay. So now we can continue with the setter of author. Author. So this dot author. So public void set and is publisher. Publisher is a string. Publisher. So this dot publisher equals publisher. Public void set, and it was copies sold, and it's an integer, the data type, copies sold, as this copy sold equals copies sold. Okay, so this is the so this is the code for the class book. Now I'm gonna draw the UML. So the class is book. The fields is title, author, publisher, which is the data types are string, and the data type for copy sold is integer, and it's private. So it's gonna be a minus. Now okay. So the UML diagram, the top section, like I said, was the book of the class that's being defined. And the bottom section, we will include our constructor and then our getters. Well, this can also be called as the accessors because we're getting the data out. And the setters, the mutators methods. That's gonna be in the bottom section of the UML. So it's gonna look like this. Okay, so that's question number 2.